Hey, welcome to 5 Minute Fridays, where we're going to learn a song in 5 minutes. My name's Andrew, and today we're going to learn Avril Lavigne's song, Bite Me. If you want to play along with the recording, which I've linked down the bottom in the description, you'll need to tune your guitar down to E flat. And what that means is you need to lower each one of your strings by a semitone. So therefore your low E string will become E flat, your A string, A flat, D string, D flat, etc., etc., etc. The intro uses 4 chords and it follows the chord progression of C sharp to A, E to B. We play a bar of each and we play that twice. The rhythm that we play sounds like this, which is down, 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 up, down, up. Last of all, the chords we're using are power chords. So if you've never played a power chord before, it's going to be our index finger on the 4th fret of the A string, our 3rd finger on the 6th fret of the D string. Now I'm going to be muting the low E string by touching it with the tip of my index finger. I'm also going to be muting the G, B, and E strings with the underside of my index finger and my 3rd finger, so that when I hit all 6 strings aggressively with lots of drive, as we do with this sort of music, all you're going to hear are the 2 strings that we need to hear. Now, if you follow that pattern or that shape for all the other chords in the introduction and mostly for the rest of the song, you'll be good to go. The verses consist of 2 chord progressions, of which the first one is 2 bars of A followed by a bar of E and then a bar of B. Our A chord, we're going to place our 3rd finger on the 2nd fret of the G string and our middle finger on the 2nd fret of the D string. We're going to be playing the open A string as well as the open B string. Now we're doing a little picking pattern. It's going to go A string, D string, G string, B string, and then back to the G string, back to the D string like this. We're going to follow that same pattern for the other 2 chords in this progression. Now for our E chord, we're going to take our power chord shape that we played in the intro, but this time we're going to place our pinky on the same fret as our 3rd finger, but the string underneath. So what you'll have is the index finger on the 7th fret of the A string, you're going to have your 3rd finger on the 9th fret of the D string, and your pinky on the 9th fret of the G string. We're going to also be picking that open B string, following the same picking pattern from the A chord. We then take that shape and we slide it down to the 2nd fret to play our B chord. The second half of the verse changes only slightly. So what we're doing is we're substituting a C sharp for the E chord. So it's going to be 2 bars of A followed by a bar of C sharp followed by a bar of B. We do that twice and that's the end of the verse. Now the pre-chorus is literally 2 bars of A. And for those 2 bars of A, we're just going to play a diamond. So 1 strum, hold it for 2 bars. Then that's followed by 2 bars of B. But for that, we're going to use some 8th note strumming all through the 1st bar of B. And then on the 2nd bar of B, we're just going to smack that chord once and just cut it off. So it's going to sound like this all up. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now our chorus is the exact same chord progression as the introduction. So a bar of C sharp, followed by a bar of A, followed by a bar of E, followed by a bar of B. We then repeat that chord progression 4 times and we are done. Now, the only part of the song that's left is the bridge, and that's where it gets on the song nice and airy and dreamy. Now, it's the same chord progression as our chorus. What we're going to do is we're going to allow those open B and E strings to ring out like this. Now that last chord that I'm playing is my version of a B chord. I've got my middle finger on the 8th fret of the G string, my 3rd finger is on the 9th fret of the D string, and my index finger is on the 7th fret of the low E string. I'm muting the A string with the underside of my index finger, and I'm letting the B and E strings ring out. For the first 8 bars of the bridge, we're going to use those chords and let them ring out. So we're not going to do any aggressive strumming, just lots of big strums, what they call diamonds. But then the last 8 bars, which is that same chord progression again, just multiplied by 2, we're going to play with that 8th note aggressive sort of strumming, just like we do in the chorus. just let that build up into our last chorus. Now just to recap, the format of the song is introduction, verse 1, pre-chorus, chorus, then verse 2, followed by the pre-chorus, another chorus, we've got our bridge, followed by one chorus to the end, and then we just finish it with a great big cut. Hey, I hope you've had fun learning Avril Lavigne's tune, Bite Me. If you're new around here, please subscribe and ring the bell. Give me a like, leave me a comment, let me know if there's another tune you'd like to learn. Until the next video, cheers.